Okay, I can go first, Quintz. So the reason why I think Rengoku is like stronger than Giyu is because I think he has better feats against Akaza.
Okay, how's your better feeds?
Yeah, I mean, there's like multiple. I'm using the movie, by the way. You're using manga like Mark to Giyu, right?
Movie is crazy. What the fuck?
I mean, even in the
Yeah,
manga,
I'm only using
we
manga,
got
bro.
shit, bro.
Movie is crazy. I'm only using manga, dude.
Only using the manga, okay.
Yeah.
When Rengoku cuts Akaza's arm in half when he uses second form, okay, what happens is he literally is farther away from Tanjiro than Akaza's fist is to Tanjiro's face. He moves towards Akaza and he literally extends his blade and then cuts Akaza's fist from the front all the way to like the back of his shoulder before Akaza can even pull his arm back or whatever. That's a blitz.
Yeah. Why is that a feat with a demon? When we know that they can just regenerate and he could just take that attack just because.
Well, taking the attack just because is fine, but the problem is with that. If he gets closer to his neck, he can decapitate him, and Akaza doesn't want to get decapitated. And we know that because when Rengoku's blade finally does get to Akaza's neck, he tries to avoid that, like, heavily.
Okay, so how does that scale again?
Okay, so he's getting closer to this guy's neck, and this guy isn't, like, avoiding it whatsoever. So he probably just doesn't have the ability to avoid it, otherwise he probably would have.
Does he not have the ability to avoid it, or does he just let Rengoku does it because he can afford to take that hit because it doesn't hit his neck yet? And that's the only vulnerable part of Akaza, right? So if he's not cutting his neck, any other attack that's getting thrown at Akaza, he could just take it and nothing happens. He just regenerates.
Wait, Quincy, you're missing the point, though. The point is, if he gets closer to his neck, then he has an opportunity to actually hit the neck and then cut the head off.
So
Okay,
does he
that's why I'm saying
actually cut his neck?
Akaza. That's why I'm saying Akaza probably wants to avoid that.
So Akaza wants to avoid an attack that does not touch his neck, even though it comes close to his neck, but it's not at his neck.
Okay,
So
but does Akaza know
I
it's
don't
not
see
going
how
to
that
come towards
follows.
his neck?
If it doesn't touch his neck, or even come close enough to the vicinity of his neck to where it can cut it, then the whole fetus doesn't matter to me.
Well, no, it does get close. Your shoulder is literally right next to your neck.
Yeah,
Okay,
but your
so
shoulder isn't
Akaza
your neck.
can't know.
You
Akaza
can't
can't
afford to
know.
get hit in the shoulder, right? And it doesn't. It just regenerates it, so it doesn't really matter.
You're not understanding me. What I'm saying is, Akaza can't know if Rengoku's gonna try to follow up and go to his neck after cutting through his arm and closer to his
Oh, you're
shoulder.
making the claim
So
that
hold on. So
Akaza
hold
can't
on. Hold
track?
on. Hold on.
Are
Hold
you
on. Hold
making the
on. Hold
claim
on.
that
Hold on.
Akaza
Hold on.
can't
Hold
track
on.
his
Hold on.
movement?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Are you implying that he cannot track his movement because he can? I think that Akaza could just track the sword. If he sees it coming close enough to his neck, then he
Maybe
just
he can
dodges
track
it.
the movement, but he's just not fast enough to avoid it. I don't care if it's a perception blitz or a
He
speed
doesn't need
blitz.
to avoid the attack. Is
The
what I'm
point.
saying. Are
Well,
you not
well,
understanding
he
that?
doesn't need to. Well, hold
It's
on,
not. It has
hold
nothing
on.
to do with the fact that
With hindsight, he doesn't need to avoid the attack. But how does Akaza know this?
nigga because he can, what, bro? So the nigga that all right, so the nigga that can regenerate his body just doesn't know. What the fuck,
How is he
bro?
gonna
Hold on, are you
know? How's he
good,
gonna know where Rengoku's gonna slash? It doesn't make any sense.
bro? My nigga, if he can track his movements, then he would know where the next attack was gonna be at. And if the attack only goes to his shoulder and doesn't go to his neck, then he has no reason to avoid it, which is the point. Like, what the fuck?
Hold on. Look at this.
So how that it doesn't scale unless he could show me that he has a reason to actually try to avoid this attack. Why should I say that it scales anywhere?
Okay, so that's the thing. Okay. I'm gonna repeat this one more time. When I'm cutting you, you don't know where my sword's gonna go while I'm still cutting through you. You don't know that because
Oh, this nigga was on this
the
time?
time of like no, the time of where my sword is gonna be at its end has not come yet. Okay, we're still talking about the past. We haven't gotten to the point in the future where the sword is actually gonna finish moving. Okay, so for all Akaza knows,
No,
it could go to his
before
neck,
you begin, can I ask you a question?
or hold on,
Haram, let me ask you a question real quick, bro.
or what?
Haram. Do we see in the scan that Rengoku goes from bottom to top?
Bottom of the top. I mean, that's what's
Yes,
shown
when he
from second
slashes, he go
form.
from bottom to top, bro.
Bottom of the
If
top.
if the slash is going from bottom to top and it only goes through his arm, it doesn't even reach his shoulder. By the way, why the fuck can he just not afford to take the attack? Like, what the fuck do you like? What? This nigga
Oh,
is a
you're
troll.
saying he's just gonna cut the arm like directly like in
He cut the
half,
arm
bottom up, but
directly in half, bro,
he's not gonna
from
go to the
bottom to
neck.
top. So
Hold
he
on. Can
understands
I'm
where the
ask
trajectory
Can I ask you
of
my
the attack
question?
is going, and then
Relax.
right after that, he backs up. So
Wait, wait,
obviously, a
wait,
follow
wait,
up attack
wait,
doesn't
wait,
matter.
wait, wait, wait. What we
I
see in the
get
first panel, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay? He cuts him when his knuckle is here. Okay, his knuckle is here. It's close to Tanjiro's face. Tanjiro's face is here, and Akaza's arm is here afterwards. Okay? So he doesn't completely avoid this whatsoever, and Rengoku still cuts while Akaza is trying to avoid it. Okay? He's trying to avoid it, but he can't avoid it in time because it's a speed blitz. Okay? So you're trying to say he could just be going from here and then directly up and not to the neck? I'm saying if it was here and he was trying to cut it from here to like here, which is probably where Akaza's head is at, okay, he could do that from there. But it's because Akaza moved that it's giving you this impression that he's just cutting him from the bottom to the top and he's not going to go for his neck at all. But no, like the position that Rengoku's in, that gives him the opportunity to cut from the knuckle in the front of his fist to his neck if he wanted to.
Oh my god. Okay, Haram. All right, bro. Look, I'm gonna just look at the scan one more time. So we look at the scan, nigga. Right? We see that the attack starts from where Tanjiro's head is on the ground. Right? It goes up and it slashes through his arm. Now we know that demons can take attacks, right? Just like this, because and they can just regenerate their arms, they can regenerate all these other things, right? So what all this is showing me is just that Rengoku attacks and slices through his arm, a regeneration of arm that's able to get regenerated, and then right after that, a cause moves back. That does not imply a blitz. That from what I've seen, it just shows that he allowed himself to get hit right there. Then he scoots back. Then we see right after that, he goes for fucking Tanjiro. He's not even that nigga's not even worried. Actually, no, wait, no, it's another sequence. I'm tripping. So he tries to attack Tanjiro, and then this nigga Rengoku intercepts him, and then he attacks his arm. Doesn't attack any viable part of a demon at all that actually matters. So why does this scale? He doesn't attack any part of the demon that matters, and the demon wasn't even focused on him. He got caught off guard. Where's the scaling at? I'm confused.
Okay, so the anime is a direct one-to-one adaptation of this. I can show you the anime if you want to get like
Yeah,
a
go ahead
better
and show that.
visual. Yeah, a
Go
better
ahead and show
visual of
stream up
this.
there real quick.
Show you the anime? Yeah, sure.
No, I didn't say show the anime. I said show proof that it's 1-to-1 and it actually like
Yeah, no, I'll
corresponds.
just show you the chapters. Sure.
Low tier.
Akaza
But from
versus
what I'm
Rengoku
seeing, we see
4K.
Akaza go to attack Tundra. Then this nigga fucking Rengoku
Game
comes
of
out of nowhere. It's
Thrones
like,
King's
oh,
Speed
your
is
second
now
form.
available
He
on both
slices
PC
down
and mobile
to
with
up
Google Play Games.
where his arm is. Doesn't come near his neck. Doesn't come near his shoulder. And then right after that,
Whoa,
Akaza
wait,
backs off.
stop talking. I'm about to
Nothing
show you the
implying that
anime.
that's a speed blitz. There's
Stop
nothing
talking.
implying that that's
Stop
actually a
talking. I'm
speed.
about to show you the anime.
All right, bro.
Okay. I'll just put it in VC scans.
Who the fuck is sending you Morse code?
Z-Killer, what did they say in Morse code?
Said you got a lock in, you're getting your ass beat. That's what he said.
I'm slamming, bro. Lock in.
You fucking suck. I'm not gonna lie.
This nigga's slamming, but he still hasn't actually got any valve scaling through. Yes. Let's clap it
I
up for
literally have,
Haram.
bro. He's a speed blitz level above Akaza, who's
You
like
can't even
equal
go
or
with
above
it. Nigga,
Giyu.
how is getting hit off guard a speed blitz? And especially it's an attack that you can afford to take. That doesn't imply a
Wait,
speed
that's
blitz,
an
bro. You're
off
just
guard? Why
retarded.
is that an off guard? He's literally about to fight. Why would that be an off guard?
Yeah,
There's
because
literally
he's
a
trying to
Hashira
attack
right next to
Tanjiro.
him. He
His
can see his
entire
Haori.
focus is on Tanjiro. If his entire focus is on Tanjiro, right? And then Rengoku comes out of nowhere and attacks him, that's obviously being off guard. He's not expecting that shit. Like, what the fuck?
No, Rengoku was literally right next to Tanjiro. when Akaza pulled
That
up.
doesn't. That
And
doesn't. That
Rengoku
doesn't
has a
respond to what I
Hiyori,
said.
so he
That
can
doesn't
literally
respond
tell
to what
off
I
of that
said.
that he's a Hashira. He has a specific
That
Hiyori
doesn't
that only
respond to
Hashira
what I
have.
said. That does not respond to what I said
No,
about
okay,
Kaza's
wait,
focus
no,
being
it
on
does. You want me to
Tanjiro.
explain how? The reason why
That
it
doesn't
responds to what you
respond to
said
what I said
is because
about that nigga's
stop. No,
focus
no, no,
being on
no. If
Tanjiro, bro.
if he's about to kill someone who's right next to a Hashira, he knows it's a Hashira. Okay, the Hashira is probably gonna try to defend the person that he's trying to kill. That Akaza has orders to kill. Okay, so he's in combat mode. He's on guard. He's ready to fight. Most likely,
Yeah,
because
you're not gonna be able to
letting
prove
your
that.
guard down and not paying attention when there's a Hashira right next to you, that's stupid. Why the fuck would Akaza do that? That's retarded.
Do you want me to tell you why he's just off guard and why he's not really paying attention? Because we could just use inferences from the actual fight, such as him preserving this nigga Rengoku so he can recruit him to be a demon. Obviously, that would just imply that he just wasn't trying. I just don't think he takes Rengoku seriously at
What?
all. Plus, Rengoku, he doesn't have Red Blade, he doesn't have
It's a
See
non
Through, he doesn't have
sequitur.
a Mar, he doesn't have nothing that can actually get him the skill to cause it. So,
You don't need a red
I don't
mark
know
or a
about
red
that.
blade to scale to Akaza.
Yeah,
You
you
don't need
do.
that. You need that?
Yes,
Why
you
do you
do.
need that?
Because the way I see it, pretty much is that with his compass, since he's adapting to everybody and everything, you just have to have something that can one stop his regeneration, two that can stop the compass, and then three be able to have enough force to cut off his neck. I don't think Rengoku has any of that. So
So, okay, so you don't think he has it. Do you think it's
no.
impossible for him to have it without these?
If he doesn't shown him having the series, I don't care if it's like possible he could have had it. If it's just not shown, it's just not. It's not possible. It's not probable. I must have possible. My fault. It's not probable. Probably the case.
He's literally cutting through Akaza's neck on panel. He's keeping up with Akaza for multiple portions of the
Where
fight,
does he
like
cut through
basically
his
the
neck? If
entire
he cut
fight.
through his
And
neck,
for
his
hold on,
head would be cut off. Where does he cut through his neck?
he cuts through his neck halfway towards the end of the fight. Did you not know that?
Show it.
Yeah, I'll show you. I got you. Look at my screen. Look at my screen. Look at this. He's halfway through his neck.
Nigga, where? What the fuck?
Here, right here, right here.
Bro. Okay, he's partway through his neck. Cool. That
Not
doesn't
part way,
mean he
halfway.
has the entire shit to cut off his whole neck, which is the point. He doesn't cut off his whole neck. Akaza stops him,
What?
and he literally gets out of that attack.
Yeah, he
He
gets
does
out of
not
it. He gets
uphold
out of it
enough
by
strength
literally
to cut through
destroy.
his
Wait,
entire
wait,
thing.
wait. He gets out of it by literally destroying his arms and just ripping them off, so that he can just get out. While Rengoku's literally holding him in place. The
So
problem
he
is though.
overpowers
Wait,
Rengoku.
wait,
Nice.
wait,
Or
wait.
he overpowers Rengoku. That's cool.
I don't know if that's him overpowering Rengoku. That's literally just him
So
tearing his body apart to
him ripping
escape
off Rengoku's
Rengoku.
arms isn't him overpowering him?
No, he destroys his own body to escape Rengoku. That doesn't mean he's more
Okay,
powerful.
so okay. So he destroys his own body and then he regenerates right after. Okay, cool.
How does that mean he's more powerful?
How does that mean that he's more powerful? Because nigga, you still haven't proved to me that Rengoku's capable of cutting through his neck entirely.
What? That's literally just a burden flip fallacy. What?
It's not a
Because I
burden
haven't
flip
proved.
fallacy.
No. Because I haven't proved something, that
I already
doesn't mean.
said that was-
Wait. You can't say because I haven't proved something, that means that that's proof for your claim. That doesn't make any sense.
That's all right, brother. You got it. But
Okay, so we're gonna drop
like I'm
that.
saying,
That doesn't prove that because it's more powerful.
I just don't think.
Okay,
I just don't.
and hold on. I don't think you've proven. I don't think you've proven
I
that
just
you.
don't think.
I don't think.
Wait, Akaza was even trying on top of that.
Wait.
Akaza just wasn't trying.
Okay, so here's the
Akaza
thing.
wasn't trying.
Here's the
Doesn't
thing.
matter.
Something not being shown within the series, I don't know why it would make it improbable that Rengoku would literally have this capability. If he's capable of going relative to Akaza, he's capable of cutting halfway through Akaza's neck. I think there's strong incentive, a strong motivator to believe that he'd be able to cut through Akaza's entire neck. Okay, because I don't think Akaza's neck is randomly going to become 20 times more durable when he goes through the other side of his neck. That's stupid. Why would it become more durable then?
You said what?
Okay, I don't think when Rengoku is cutting through Akaza's neck when he gets halfway through, that when he gets to the other half, it's randomly going to become 20 times more durable. He's going relative to this guy for the entire fight, and I don't think Akaza's holding back.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's
So
because
I'm
Akaza's
going to
not
make an
trying. I already
argument for
said
that
that.
too because you gave a
Akaza
different
is not
interpretation. So
trying.
I don't know why that would entail
Akaza
that
is
because he
not
doesn't have a red
trying.
blade
He
or a
is
mark that he
trying
wouldn't be
to
able to do it.
preserve
Wait, no, I think he's trying. I think
Rengoku.
he's trying. No, he's definitely trying.
He's not. He's trying to preserve Rengoku so that he can become a demon. Right? We see right after he declines to
Is
become a
that
demon.
exclusive with
He
him
said,
going all
"Fuck
out?
all
Can he
that."
go all out
No, no, no,
without
no, no. Let me
preserving
finish. He
Rengoku?
said, "Fuck all that," and he donated that nigga. He put a donut through that nigga right afterwards. So I have no reason to say that nigga was trying for the entirety of that fight until the very end. Right here, yeah, look, this is the part where he starts trying because that nigga got donated. Bro.
Okay. Just because he eventually lands a donut through this guy's chest or some shit and literally just impales him doesn't mean he wasn't trying beforehand. It
Yeah,
could literally just
you
be
didn't
that
listen
this
to the
was the
argument. You
straw
only
that broke the
you only hear
camel's
one
back
part
and
of the argument.
eventually
Here's the
he just
second part of
pierced
it, bro.
Rengoku when Rengoku was weakened. That doesn't mean
Did
anything.
you forget the first part of the argument? Yes or no?
Okay, I understand that he's trying to preserve Rengoku, and I responded to this. There's no reason why just because you're trying to preserve Rengoku, that means that you have to or likely have to hold back to preserve him.
Nigga, oh my fuck.
He wants him to become a demon,
All right,
but
so you're just gonna
hold on.
forget
You
that.
know how you become
So
a
you're just gonna
demon in
forget
Demon
that
Slayer?
Compass was just
You become a
automatically
demon in
adapted to
Demon
that
Slayer
nigga,
by
bro.
just getting Muzan's blood. Akaza
Are we
literally gets
forgetting that
Muzan's
the
arm
Compass
through his
just adapts
entire
to
head, his
niggas, bro?
entire brain,
Are we
and he
forgetting
still
the Compass just
survives.
adapted
If
to
he
that
literally
nigga? Are we
kills
forgetting
Rengoku
the
off
Compass
rip
adapted
or
to
puts
him?
him in a near-death state,
The Compass
he can literally make him a
literally
demon even when he's severely hurt.
adapts
Akaza doesn't need to
to
hold back to
fucking
make this guy a demon.
Rengoku.
Quince, did you hear what I just
The
said?
Compass adapts and God, if the compass just adapts to the character, right? And the only way to overcome the compass is to see through world, right? I'm saying that I don't
Wait, why
have
is
any
that the only
reason.
way?
No. All right, I'll tell you because that's how it's shown in the series, right? We know that during the fight with Giyu, Tanjiro was on the sidelines trying to figure out Akaza's abilities. Basically, he ends up through selfless state, and then we see that it was like, oh yeah, he has no more battle spirit. Then compass was negated. Then he lost. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so do you know
You not
why?
read the
Hold
fight?
on. Do you know why? Wait. Do you know why they beat Akaza? The reason why they beat Akaza is because Sifu World is literally a Speed Blast level amp. Tanjiro says after unlocking the transparent world, he literally could feel that his intuition speed, his reaction speed, and his physical speed have all gone much faster. Okay? So given that, that's why he was able to do that. If let's say
So
Gyome,
basically, you're
If let's
proving
say,
to me that that nigga Kaza on such a high level
If
that
Gyome
they
or
gotta amp
if Gyome
themselves
or
several
Muzan
times
didn't
above them.
use Sifu World, there's no contradiction of them being able to just
Oh my
outspeed
god!
Akaza and just hit him and just kill him. Okay?
So if they were able to
Akaza's
if they were out,
no.
well, hold
Because
on.
the
If they were
way
able to
you
outspeed
made claims. You
Akaza.
made claims. Let me respond.
Oh my god! This nigga's
Let
dumb.
me respond. The way that Compass Needle works is it just senses battle spirit, so it's better sensory capabilities. So if you had to look
No,
at
that's
someone
not. That's
to
not the
tell where
entire
their
way of how
attack's
it works.
coming
You're
from, or you had to
misinformed.
predict where their
That's
attack's
not the
coming from,
entire way of how it works. Nigga, you're
let me finish. Let me finish.
misinformed.
I understand you think that, but let me finish. Let me finish.
No, I know that.
Okay,
You're
so
actually
no,
misinformed,
you're
nigga. You
wrong.
don't
That's
know
literally
how
how it's
compass
stated in the
works.
series. So
Nigga,
literally,
that's not how
it
it's
doesn't
stated.
make
It
him
says
adapt to
that
his
it
opponent
works
where he'll
based
get
off
stronger through
of
that or
fighting
anything.
spirit,
That's
right?
never stated.
But
All
another
it
thing is
does
just
is just
that
allow
you
him
make
to
the
sense
attack
battle
super
spirit, which
accurate.
gives him
Like, nigga,
better
you're not.
perception
You don't follow, bro.
capabilities.
You don't understand shit about the series. This nigga's dumb. All right, but
Bro, I'm literally
anyways, like
right.
I'm
I'm
saying,
literally right.
the way comics actually works, if you actually listen to this, like, if you actually read the series, you know this, but the harder the fighting spirit, the better, the more accurate the attacks is. We know that he pulls in people like magnets, which is literally stated, and it helps him, and he's able to react and adapt to
No,
niggas
he's
get
attracted to
stronger.
people's vital
Yes,
organs like
he is,
magnets.
dude. All right, I'm
His
gonna go with the
fists are
statement. You're
attracted to the
retarded.
vital organs of his
I'm gonna get
opponents
the
as
statement
though his
because you're
fists were
retarded.
magnets and they're being
Brother,
attracted
I'm gonna get the
to
statement.
the
I'm gonna
vital
get the
organs.
statement.
That's
You're
what's stated.
retarded.
I can show you that.
Brother, I can show you. You're retarded. I have the fucking shit, bro. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna go show you the clump of shit, bro. I got you. You
Watch.
obviously just don't know how it works, bro.
No, I can literally show you. That's how it works.
What?
Quintz got a call from his mom.
Ooh. I ain't getting no call from my mom.
Who is that girl who is calling you, though? I don't mean like a phone call.
Hold on,
Maybe they just called you.
let me get the other scan. I'm getting the scans, bro. You're already too late. I already got one of them. So let me get the other one now.
I'm only fine with Viz, by the way. I'm not fine with fan translations.
That's not a fan translation, my nigga. What the fuck?
Okay.
No, it's the living room.
Is
I'm
this
playing over
Viz?
here. Nigga, most likely is. I don't fucking know. I got a scan server. If you want to verify it, go ahead and like look for it. But it's gonna imply the same shit regardless. So I see
It looks like this is the
that.
official one.
Yeah, fine. So let me get the other scan for you because literally like, directly said it, bro.
Shot smoke? Niggas being weird already.
No, I got you. My bong is downstairs. I got a new one.
You know what?
It's some Rick and Morty one.
I'll take you to home.
Just load my shit, or you can load your shit. I don't care.
Wait, check general. So I'll tell you what Tanjiro says. His techniques have unparalleled precision. He stabs into any opening without fail. It's like a magnet pulling his attacks towards my vitals.
Oh,
Okay.
so it says what I said earlier. Nice. So the series is agreeing what I said.
No. Okay. What you said earlier was that Compass needed to pull other people's organs towards him, their vitals towards him, and then he just punches them. He's not being pulled towards them, and this is just how they're describing it. It's just that he knows. Wait. It's just that he's precise, so he knows where the organs are because he has battle spirit. He can see through people and see where their organs are.
Nigga, what?
Yes.
He can see where. Bro, you're not gonna be able to prove that. You're not gonna be able to prove that.
Bro, look at this.
You're not gonna be able to prove that. I don't know why you're saying that.
Look at this.
He can see his organs. He can see his organs.
Yep.
Put it on God. He can see his organs.
On God, he can see his organs.
Oh yeah, you're going to hell.
Look at this shit. He's literally looking. He's literally looking through Rengoku. He's literally looking through Rengoku. No, it's not just his aura.
No!
Look at him. Look at him.
Troll. This nigga's a troll. He's not real, bro. That's the aura around Rengoku, you dumb bitch. What the fuck?
He literally. Hold on. Because of the battle spirit, he can tell where the organs are. I don't know if he can actually see organs or not. I'll drop that. But literally, he knows where the organs are regardless.
Prove it. How?
I mean, it's explained by the ability. It explains by the ability.
No, the fuck it's not. All it's saying is that his attacks pull towards the vitals. That don't mean that he knows exactly where they're at, you dumb bitch.
Wait, let me ask you this.
All it's saying is that the compass amps his precision for his attacks. Obviously,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
The most precise and accurate location to hit.
Can Akaza see battle spirit? Can Akaza see battle spirit? Let me ask you this.
He's not real.
Can Akaza see battle spirit?
Yes, because that's the aura around somebody.
Okay, if he can see your battle spirit, how is it not reasonable to say that he could use that battle spirit to maybe detect where your organs are?
No, that's not reasonable.
Okay, then how does Compass make him more precise?
It's an aura around you, so that makes no sense. It's a cloak around you. We see that with Rengoku. It's a cloak around that nigga.
You don't think battle spirit's inside of you? You think it's only around you?
No, nigga, it's spiritual. It's about willpower and stuff. That has nothing to do with your organs. What the fuck? Are you dumb?
Yeah, hold on. You know willpower literally comes from the brain, right? The brain is inside of you. Okay? That's the first thing.
Oh my God.
The second thing is literally looking at the Rengoku thing. Look at Rengoku. His body doesn't look the same. It looks like some weird scribble because of the battle spirit thing. He looks at people differently.
So stupid, bro. This nigga Haram is gonna put himself in like an infinite burden of like retardation he's not gonna be able to prove. Like, what are you doing? You're not gonna be able to prove that willpower is like a physical aspect of the brain, all that shit. You're not gonna be able to prove all that.
I didn't
bro.
say it was physical. I just said it comes from the brain.
State. Like,
and the brain is inside of you. That's the point.
And as far as we see in the series, nigga, there's nothing.
Wait, what in the series? Wait, explain this to me. What in the series explains? What in the series explains how Akaza can just detect and look at where? No. Figure out where people's organs are, even though he can't see inside of them, or have some way of detecting where other people's organs are. Okay. What in this series suggests that? Like, what is making him more precise? It doesn't sound crazy either. Okay, you can't see the inside of someone's body. Okay, normal people can't do that.
Yo, he's on the phone with his
but-
mom, bro. He's on the phone with his mom.
I'm just saying this in general. I understand that because he stopped talking. Okay,
It's like, who are you
but
talking to?
I'm just saying this for the recording. He doesn't. He
Well,
can.
he's not
He doesn't have to
his fault.
attack this. I'm just saying this so people get my point.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Literally, everyone, look at my screen share. Look at Rengoku here. His body in this panel doesn't look the same as it does in this panel. Okay. This is a first-person POV from Akaza. Okay. When he's sensing battle spirit, Rengoku looks different. Okay. That implies that he literally sees things differently. If he sees things differently, then that would explain, considering that this is tied into battle spirit and the compass needle lets him see battle spirit. Okay. Because of his ability, his blood demon
I
art.
go. I'm not gonna lie, gang, bro.
If hold
We
on.
already said this.
If he can see that, then that would explain why he's so precise with his attacks.
I already said this, gang.
He's a rat. Let's get it. He's a rat.
It's not a rat. It's not a rat argument.
But you don't genuinely believe Oxley can see you. You're saying this for the
I didn't say Akaza has C for world.
Huh?
What did you just say? Did you just say that I said that Akaza has C for world?
So that he can see the organs.
Okay, I said this earlier. He doesn't have to see the organs. He can see stuff around the organs to tell him where the organs are. Like battle spirit.
I'm overdoing
Yeah,
it.
man. Cheers, bro.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give arguments
Does
for
anyone
points, but
like
that's
what?
just-
How do we think he's able to attack like your organs so precisely then?
No, ask Quintz.
his-
Ask me.
His compass is literally called a magnet.
His compass is called a magnet. The compass itself
It's
isn't the
magic.
magnet. It's just that Akaza says Tanjiro says that the way he strikes towards my like vitals, he's so precise with it. It's like he's attracted to them as though it's as though his fists were magnets. Yeah. He's not.
I don't know why
literally
you're
a
arguing he
magnet.
can see them. It's so pointless. It's just Haram, you have a problem with focusing on substance.
No, the reason why this is important is because he's.
Ironic.
The reason why this is important is because he's
Alright,
using the
I'm back, Ron.
magnet
Everything you
point to
said
try
was
to
dismissed.
debunk Giyu.
All right, look. Ron, everything you said while I was going to dismiss, I don't give a fuck. So let me go back to what I was saying. Basically, what I'm saying is that you're never going to be able to prove that willpower is like some physical state of the brain. You're never going to be able to do that at all.
I didn't say it was physical. I just
Basically,
said that it's in.
willpower.
I just said that it's in the brain, and the brain is inside the body.
Or show as concrete. That's true. Then spotting fear just being something that's spiritual or mental, anything like that. That doesn't just necessarily entail that we're able to fucking see the organs. It just means that from what we've seen in the series, right, we're able to detect the cloak of aura that revolves around battle spirit. That's what we're shown. So therefore, we have no actual good reason to assume that Akaza can see fucking organs unless he has see-through world, which is the only thing that's been shown to let you see organs. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna repeat my point one last time, and then I'm gonna address the thing you said earlier of the whole anime.
Yeah, I already
thing, because
said
I have that
everything you
pulled up.
said. When I
So
was gone with this myth.
look at this, look at this. So I didn't say earlier that the brain is some physical thing, and that's why like he's able to see the inside of people's organs or some shit. No, what I said was willpower comes from the brain, and the brain is inside of the body. Okay, if willpower is what makes battle spirit, and battle spirit comes from the inside of the body because it comes from the brain, which is inside the body, then that would sort of explain why he's able to see the inside of people's bodies to figure out where their organs are. I'm not saying he can see the organs themselves. Wait. No, I'm gonna finish, bro. Quintz,
Ask you one question because
Quintz, let me finish my argument, and then you can ask me a
No.
question.
This is an important question.
No, bro. If you don't let me finish, I'm
This
just gonna
question
mute
is
you.
so important because it ends the whole thing.
I'm sorry. I gotta finish this. Okay. So he doesn't have to see the organs themselves. He can just see the battle spirit to get an outline of where the organs are to literally attack the organs. To precisely attack the organs. Okay. So we see in this panel, this is a first-person POV. He sees Rengoku regularly, and then when he senses the battle spirit, Rengoku's body in this panel looks differently than how it looks in this panel. Okay. That implies that because he can see battle spirit, he's able to just see people's bodies differently and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he could see organs or see where organs are roughly, because he has an outline of the organs because of Battle Spirit. Okay, now what's your question?
Oh my god. So the question is, because something stems from the brain, so such things such as like concepts or like emotional states, you see, just because they come from the brain, that's an entailment that someone should be able to see all other organs inside of the body. I like the whole thing is just that your argument just has no actual correlation to anything at all that's shown within Demon Slayer. It's just some improbable conjecture, like weird
It was just to
interpretation
say
of
that
the
he can see the
theories.
inside of the
But,
body
but
to an
from what all
extent.
but from no, shut the fuck up, right? But from what all we're seeing, it's just that Battle Spirit has a cloak of aura, the same way as if you were to go Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball, the same way you have aura around your body then, and we don't say that somebody can see their organs. In the same way, I could just say here, we just see the cloak. There's no organs being shown whatsoever, right? But the one time we do see organs being shown is when they have see-through world, and we know what causes them to have see-through world. So we just have more justification to just saying that, nigga, that fucking compass does not allow you, or Fight Spirit does not allow you to see any organs. Like, it's that simple, bro. So we can end this shit here. Because I already know you're gonna go ignorant and you're not actually gonna respond. You're just gonna repeat the same shit.
Okay, so I think I already responded to that, and then I'll just suggest the whole point that we made with the whole Rengoku thing. I don't think you gave like a sequitur or refuter, so we're good on that. You asked me to like show that this is basically like a direct one-to-one. Literally, look at my live. This is as one-to-one as it gets. Upper rank 3, what's he doing here? Okay.
Okay,
Goes from
okay.
there,
So we see
throws a punch.
All right. We see a cause that finished
Wait, I'm not done.
Tanjiro.
I'm not
Thank
done.
you.
I'm gonna show you the whole thing. Stop.
Yes. My point is getting proved again. Thank you, Haram. What a fucking good job you're doing proving my point. So we know that
Look at
he's
this
off
shit.
guard
It's a
now.
direct
Thank you.
one-to-one. Wait, do you
So
accept
we
that it's a
think, no, I
one-to-one?
know he's off guard. Nice.
How is it an off
Now
guard?
we know they're off
Wait,
guard.
do you agree
So
that
here we
this is?
go.
Do you agree that this is a direct one-to-one?
No, I still don't agree.
What? How is this not a
The
direct
reason why
one-to-one?
I still agree, one, I didn't see the entire thing, so I don't know if there's like certain things that got changed.
Then look at
Two,
it. I just showed it to you on my live.
no,
Look
no,
at my
no. You
live.
showed me the first 5 seconds of it when he goes to attack
I'm
Tanjiro and then you
only
stopped
talking
it.
about this. I'm only talking about this. Up to this panel. That's what I'm showing you. Okay? I'm showing you
All right,
this
so when
to
he gets
this.
off guarded, all right, that's fine.
So
Yeah,
hold
that's
on. Is
fine.
it is
He
it
got
a
off
direct?
guarded. That's
Is it a
cool.
one-to-one? Is it a one-to-one?
I
That's
can
more
grant it
important.
being a 1-on-1 because he gets off guarded, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so it's a one-to-one. It's not an off guard. I'll argue against that in a second.
No, I thought I can grant. I'm not saying it is 1-on-1. I don't care.
What?
But you can
Look
wonder
at
something
it.
it is.
Look at it. The movements are exactly the same. There's nothing really different with the anime
I don't give a fuck
as
about
there
none
is
of
with the
that.
manga. Anyone who's looking at this can literally see what I'm talking about. If you don't grant this, you're just ratting. Straight up.
I said I can. I didn't say I am. So there's you
Okay,
can go
well,
under
you should
assumption
grant
that
it
it's
because you'd
granted.
be ratting if you don't
You
grant
can
it.
go under the assumption it's granted, right? Because I already said it doesn't scale anywhere because he's off guard. Like what the fuck? Go under the
So-
assumption that nigga, you're doing this for no reason. I just
How
said
is it
we
an
can
off
go under
guard?
the assumption
How is that an
it's
off guard?
granted.
He was literally right next to Tanjiro 2 seconds ago.
Bro, that doesn't matter. I already explained this shit earlier,
Okay,
right? I said all
this
the
guy has a
focus-
Hiyori that
Nigga, let
only
me talk.
Hashira
You wanna
has.
know- you wanted to
He's
know?
about to attack this guy
Let me talk.
who's right next to a Hashira.
Shit, if you
Why
wanted
would
to
he
know,
not be
then why
on
you
guard?
talk? If you did not want me to, if you want me to explain it to you, why the fuck are you talking on speaking, you dumb bitch? All right, anyways,
Because
now
I
let me
gave you the
re-explain
argument
it to you.
earlier, so I'm just trying to
No. Let
repeat
me
my
explain it
argument.
to you. You're obviously too slow to understand. So look, I'm saying the reason why he's off guard is because in that instance, all of his focus was towards punching Tanjiro, who's the weakest opponent right there, because he's on the ground. He's the most vulnerable, right? And then we see Rengoku's right next to him. That's fine. That does not
Wait.
dismiss or even contend the fact that all of his focus was still on fucking Tanjiro. So if that's true, then I have a reason to say that nigga is fucking off guard. Like, what the fuck?
Wait. That's literally
That's
circular
true.
reason. So the thing
That's
that
not
was
true.
in question, the
That's
thing
true.
that was
Are you
in question,
retarded?
the thing that was
That's
in
true.
question, the thing that was in question was if Akaza was off guard.
Oh my
Off guard here would
God,
mean that he doesn't have all of his attention No. If he has all of his attention on Tanjiro, so he would be distracted and have something which is hindering him.
Bro,
Okay?
bro,
You're
bro.
literally presupposing
Hold
the
on, hold on,
fact.
hold on, hold on,
You're
hold on.
presupposing this.
Bro.
You're assuming this. You haven't given any reasoning for why he would be putting all of his attention on Tanjiro. I think it's stupid for him to do that because he would just be neglecting a Hashira that would have the best chance of cutting his head off out of anyone there, probably.
Real. You're not real. You're not real.
Address the
I went
argument.
circular by saying reasoning that does not circulate back to the original premise. All right, cool. We can just move on.
Okay,
You're not fucking real.
prove that he had all of his attention on Tanjiro. Prove that.
Oh my
You made the
nigga!
claim,
Oh my
prove it.
god! All right, look.
Prove it.
We see that he's throwing the punch. He's looking at Tanjiro. He's throwing a punch for Tanjiro. We just have viable reason just to assume all his focus is on Tanjiro. There you go.
Why is that viable reason?
If he was focused on fucking Rengoku too, he would attack. Most likely, he would attack both of them at the same time. But because he didn't do that, because I see
doing
him
something.
going for
Give me a
Tanjiro
second,
specifically,
please.
I'm more inclined to believe that all of his focus is just on Tanjiro right then and there, because he's the most vulnerable there.
So, have you ever heard saying there's strength in numbers? If he just puts more focus on just killing Tanjiro at first, there's less numbers, and he gets closer towards his goal.
Oh, so you agree that most of the focus is on Tanjiro?
Stop.
All right, cool. We can move
If
on.
I-
We can move on.
I
We
said
can move on.
more.
You disagree?
I said
Most of the
more.
focus is on Tanjiro.
I said
so
more.
he's
That
not
doesn't
guarding.
mean he's off guard. He can still react.
Yes, it does. Yes,
can
it does,
probably
bro.
still
All this
react.
focus on getting him, and then he gets attacked out of nowhere. That's being off guard.
Okay.
If I'm
Him
going
getting,
to,
him
nigga,
getting
if I'm
attacked,
going to
he's
punch
not out of
person
nowhere. He's
B
literally trying to
and
kill.
person
He's literally
B
trying to kill one of
comes
this
out of
guy's
nowhere,
friends. What are you
nigga,
talking
and
about?
attacks me while I'm trying to get person C, that's
Oh my
regarded and
god.
categorized
I don't
as
know
off guard,
why.
bro.
Just because okay, so here's the thing. Okay, he's given orders by Muzan to kill Tanjiro, Rengoku, and all of the people there. He's given orders to do that. Okay. If he's given orders to do this, if he can just take out one person first instead of trying to go for two people at the same time, he can put more focus into attacking Tanjiro. That doesn't mean that he's weakened to an extent to where, okay, Rengoku can just do something here that he wouldn't be able to do before.
Mistrack! I never said he was weakened. Mistrack!
What I mean by weakened is hindered. Like he's being held back by something. Something's like making him move slower and have less of an ability to do something that he would have been able to normally.
Oh. All right, bro. So the reason for why we would just say that he's off guard is because when we see the fucking panel, right? I bet you anybody who looks at the panel with their fucking eyes can see this, but we literally see in the panel all the focus is on Tanjiro, bruh. Like Tanjiro's the only nigga in the panel. We see fucking Akasa's fist going towards Tanjiro and that it's super close. And we also know that he's directly facing towards Tanjiro. So with all these factors, we just have clear-cut implications that all of his focus in that moment is on Tanjiro. And then we know Rengoku just comes out of nowhere and hits him. He swings his sword from bottom to top. And then, like, bro,
Okay,
it's
so
so
the
simple.
thing about
If
him
you wanna
being in
move
front
on,
of
bro, we just
Tanjiro,
move on, 'cause
the thing about him
you
being
don't
in front of
respond to anything I'm
Tanjiro, I
saying.
don't know why being in front of someone gives any additional likelihood to you putting all of your focus on them, and the rest of the stuff is literally just circular reasoning.
It would obviously make sense that the
It's literally
focus is
just
on
begging the
them.
question
It's not,
fallacy.
like, this nigga is just like fucking denying pretty reasonable and just like basic stuff, bro. Like, this nigga's a weirdo.
What? Well,
Obviously, if I'm throwing a punch,
give me a reason to believe this. Why should I believe this? Why should I believe this?
That theme, dumb bitch.
Why should I believe this?
Bro, oh my god.
Like, straight up, why should I believe that just because you're in front of someone, that means you're putting all of your focus on them?
The thing is, I don't have to get you to believe it because you can just be ignorant, so that has no relevance, right?
No, why should anyone listening to this debate believe that? Why should anyone in this debate believe that? Anyone who's listening to the debate, anyone who's going to be judging the debate, anyone who watches the debate in the future, why should anyone believe what you just said?
So if that's true, there's a level of focus needed to punch somebody. And if all the focus in the panel or in the scene is on one person, then we have reason to say that all the focus is on that person. If it doesn't show both of them, or if he's not trying to attack both of them, there's no credence saying that he's not off guard if another person's not nowhere attacks him. Like, what the fuck?
So because he's not on panel, we just automatically assume that the guy's not going to be mindful of other characters. So do you think like Muzan later on in the story when he's fighting all the Hashira at once, for the Hashira that aren't on panel, he's just not paying attention to them at all? Just because they're not
I
on
think
panel. Like there's
nigga,
literally panels.
there's a
There's
big
literally
difference between
panels where
Muzan
Muzan is
and
only attacking
Akaza
Obanai.
and
Do you think
Muzan's
he's
two
not
different
paying
levels.
attention
So
to the other 5 Hashira
it
there?
doesn't follow. Your argument doesn't follow because Muzan's on a
Answer
completely
the
different
question.
level than Akaza, so I don't have
He's on
to
a
even
different level. Why is that relevant? Why is that a relevant distinction?
because he just has capabilities that Akaza doesn't. Obviously, Muzan just
Okay,
capable
why
of
are they
focusing on all of them at
relevantly
once.
different? You're
Nigga,
making
you're
a
not letting me
general
finish. You're
claim.
not letting me finish. You're not letting me
Why
finish.
should this be something we should accept about all
All right,
characters except for
Look,
Muzan? Or at least for Akaza?
look. What I'm saying is just that obviously Muzan has better capabilities than Akaza. Muzan has an arsenal. He has things that actually allow him to take on multiple people at once compared to Akaza. So we just have no actual reason to just say that or even argue
Akaza has
that
AoE
Akaza can do the
attacks.
same thing as Muzan. They're not nowhere near the same.
Akaza has AoE attacks. He can attack multiple people at the same time.
I got you. Here. Fucking dumbass bitch.
Akaza can't attack multiple people at the same time. He does it when he's fighting Giyu and Tanjiro.
Yeah, you didn't pay attention to the argument. I didn't say he couldn't attack multiple people. I just said that he can't perform. He can't do it the same way that Muzan can, to where he could focus on all of them at once. He can attack multiple people by focusing one by one, which is fine. I can grant that. But what's in question is how is he focusing on both of them at once, which I don't think that he is.
You
He's
think?
going one by one.
Well, I've already said this earlier in the debate. The reason why I think he's paying attention to both of them at once is because if he just
Yeah,
completely
just because you're right
disregards
next to him, I already know that doesn't respond to anything.
if he disregards Rengoku completely, the problem would be that he has a Hashira directly in front of him. He's aware that it's a Hashira because of the Heiori, the specific Heiori that he's wearing. Okay, if he's aware of this, okay, and he lets his guard down, just doesn't focus on this Hashira whatsoever, this Hashira could potentially behead him, and that isn't good from a strategic standpoint, okay? So it's likely that Akaza won't do that unless you want to say that Akaza is someone who fights like an idiot.
This nigga chatting. God damn. This nigga straight chatting, bro. Oh my god. So all this just ties back into the earlier argument. After this, we can just completely end this shit because it's gonna go circular. I already just saw this. Standing next to somebody doesn't matter. Hashira also doesn't matter. I just take that upper moon is just blatantly scale above Hashira already. I've already explained this earlier that you need red blade and things like that in order to actually affect demons. Demons are just able to take tons of attacks without necessarily needing to evade them or anything like that. I would just argue that this is an attack that he's capable of taking because it goes from bottom to top. You see, it splits with an arm, just go nowhere near his neck. It's not his nearest vulnerability point. So, yeah, there you go. Pretty much attacks what you're just saying. You're not going to be able to prove that he's focusing on both of them. If all the focus is on fucking Tanjiro in the skin, and he's punching towards him, and punching takes focus to do, then we're more inclined to believe that all the focus is on there. Yeah, so that's it. End the recording because I don't got time to go circular, bro.